Ian Eagle, Noah Eagle strengthen father-son relationship as NBA broadcasters. Ian Eagle and Noah Eagle have deepened their respect for and relationship with each other as colleagues and as father and son. The inclination when writing about father-son NBA announcers Ian and Noah Eagle is to focus on the humor. That instinct isn't misguided. Ian and Noah Eagle are funny, on TV, calling games, and in person. Showing that they can pull pop culture references from eras outside their wheelhouse, Noah, 29, used a Fletch reference during a recent NBA playoff game on NBC/Peacock. Not to be outdone, Ian, 57, rattled off a Stranger Things reference during an NFL game. Given that Ian Eagle's dad told jokes on stage in Miami, Las Vegas, and at resorts in the Catskill Mountains, it's easy to draw a line straight to the laugh track. But if calling games were just about eliciting a chuckle, Ian, who does NBA games for Prime Video, and Noah, who works NBA games for NBC, would be plying their trade at comedy clubs. Laughs can only take you so far in their profession. There's a serious side to the craft, and fans want an informative call from the play-by-play person. Which means being prepared. Which means taking the work seriously.
NBA mailbag. What's the X factor for New York in the East Finals? What's the Knicks' X factor for them to win the championship? From Moses in Defiance, Ohio. Three-point shooting. They're so explosive, especially when they're playing free and fast. Jalen Brunson is going to do what he does. He's so good and gives balance to their team, especially from 15 feet and in. When the game gets more physical, he almost becomes like a post player because he gets close to the basket, he can use his footwork and bumps to generate opportunities. But the way they shoot the ball when they play with pace is what makes them especially explosive. I'm a Pistons fan who's been having heart palpitations watching this playoff series. How would you generate offense without consistent outside shooting? From Cayman in Las Vegas, Nevada. I would try to generate more offense off my defense, get stops and stay in transition as much as possible. We know in the half court it's going to be a heavy dose of Cade, but the fast breaks are where they can bring other guys into the game, and that's hard for Cleveland to prepare for. Are you surprised OKC started 8-0? Do you think they can be the first team to go 16-0? From Tim in Denver, Colorado? I'm not surprised they started 8-0. I think they're that good. If they were a boxer, they would have so many different styles. In boxing terms, you could say they shoot the jab, they're great defenders, they have a good chin, they're a knockout puncher, they're technical, they have everything that you want in a team. So I'm not surprised they're 8-0. But I do not think they'll go 16-0.
Hockey days, custom shirts, and more. Stories behind 2026 NBA draft prospects. From their backgrounds in other sports to having siblings in the pros, get a deeper look at the 2026 NBA draft prospects. Chicago. The week of the AWS NBA Draft Combine is full of measurements, on-court shooting, and first glimpses of who the top players are on the court. There are agility drills and scrimmages, measurements and agency pro days that NBA executives and fans alike dissect leading up to the NBA draft on June 22-23. It's also a chance to get to know who these players are off the court. Each player's road to the NBA is different, and it's a journey. There are stories of other sports that made them choose basketball and shaped them into the basketball players they are today. The family members who motivated and challenged them along the way. And players from different countries and worlds who now intersect at the Combine, each going through the same process. NBA.com tracked down some of the unique stories that help make the next wave of NBA talent great. Cameron Boozer on ice. When I was younger, around 7 or 8 years old, my dad played for the Bulls, and me and my brothers went to a Blackhawks game, and we just really enjoyed that experience, and we wanted to try it, so we played for about a year or two. My brother Carmani played goalie, and me and Caden played whatever. We were so young, I don't remember. Caden hated it the most, for sure. When asked to rate his skating ability, Boozer said, at the time, about an 809. I was a good skater.
Cavaliers earn overtime victory and 3-2 edge over Pistons. Cleveland weathers an off night from Donovan Mitchell to gut out a big win on the road for the first time in these playoffs. The Cleveland Cavaliers won a road playoff game and did so despite shaky shooting from Donovan Mitchell. It's hard to tell which one was more disbelieving, but both happened in the swing game of their semifinal series. And because of that, the Cavs can close out the top-seeded Detroit Pistons in Cleveland on Friday. The Cavs, who won on the road for the first time in these playoffs, had most of the answers in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter and in overtime. They were scrappy, determined, unbothered by their previous mistakes. Meanwhile, it was a tough Game 5 loss by the Pistons. For much of the contest, they were in control and at home and playing solid defense and up 9 with just under 3 minutes left in regulation. The series has finally reached the stage of elimination. One more Pistons loss will create a Cavs-New York Knicks Eastern Conference final. Or a Detroit victory creates a Game 7.